Hello and welcome on Moessieurs to this new MODX M video. Today's topic is how to load a library file. In my video about how to update the operating system version 1.10, I explained how to save a backup file and a user file and how to reload them. But I didn't show you how to load libraries. That's what we're going to see with the Best Hits and More Brewing Sounds library. You can buy it on the Synthonia website. A special feature of Brewing Sounds is that it also offers an on-demand sound creation service. I'll give you all the links in the video description. Before we start, please click on like if you enjoyed the content and click on the boost button to bring up this video appear in YouTube's recommendations. As you can see on the screen, I have Best Hits and More here from my USB stick connect to the USB to device port. How to bin on this screen if you were in performance mode. Click on Utility, go to Contents, go to Load. Choose Library File. If you saw my video about updating to operating system 1.10, I explained that when you want to load a user or backup file, you get a warning message. Loading will erase user content or all. This is not the case at all for library files. The only message you can get is about that all 24 library slots on your MODX M are full. You cannot load any more. As soon as I click on the Best Hits and More library file, the loading will start immediately to the first library slot available. Of course, I'm going to speed up the video because the file size is 466 megabytes and it's going to take a little while. You see, it started right away. The upload is complete. It took a little less than 6 minutes for 466 megabytes to bin load in memory. No need to reload it anymore after shutting down your MODX M. When you will power on again your MODX M, it will be directly ready to use. Here we are back to the Polydreams performance. What you're interested in is listening to this library you just bought to try out the sounds. How do we do that? Depend on the sound bank. You can go to Live Set. Skip through the preset libraries and the user libraries. Here, I have the live sets for Red Blue library from ITB Music Online, and there's no live set associated with Best Hits and More. For this example, the live set won't help you, but don't worry, click on Category Search. And here in Category Search, my first advice is to unselect the main slot, because if, for example, you were on Drum and Percussion, and there's no drum and percussion in the library, you won't see anything. Next, we go to the Bank Favorite slot, and there you'll see, you can select by all, favorite, presets, users, or each loaded library name. You can see that I have two, Best Hits and More is simply here. Since this is for covers, you'll have the song names. And then, you just have to click on the performance name you want to play. Press Performance, and then you can simply navigate like this in the library, since we're directly in that library selection. I'll make a video with demos of this library, that will come later. But before that, I give you few pieces of Moessieurs information and advice, with questions often seen in Facebook groups and on forums. Like I've loaded several libraries. How can I find out the total size of the samples and waveforms that occupy the MODX M memory? Let's go back to Utility. Go to Content, then to Data Utility. These are samples, waveforms. To know the size they occupy, let's click on the Waveforms folder. And there you see nothing, and that's perfectly normal since here we can only see user samples and waveforms. Why? Because a library is a block. You can't separate the waveforms, the library arpeggios, the performances. That's why you don't see them here as file names. but up here, just above my finger, you can see the total size used on the 1.9 GB MODX M that are available. You can see I'm at a little less than 700 megabytes used by the two loaded libraries. My second advice about library files, as I explain, it's a block, but of course, like for preset performances, you can edit library performances. When you're finishing editing settings, you press the Store button to save your performance editing. It won't save it in the library file because the library is a block and you can't overwrite or delete performance on it. It will save the performance in the user area. Another question I often see on Facebook groups and forums is, I made some library performances editing, I saved them by pressing Store one by one, and now to win space, I deleted the library, and I do not have any more sound. If the library uses samples and waveforms, that's normal, because, since the library is a block, you deleted everything including samples and waveforms. Pressing the Store button only saves performance editing settings. To prevent that, you need to use before done your editing, the library import function. There, you'll see that I have my two libraries. I could select some performances from this library one by one, or use select all as example. I could navigate on pages with my encoder like this, and then I would just have to click on Import to use a bank slot. This would import all the performances into my user space, with all samples and waveforms, all arpeggios from the library. All you need is copying in the user area. Then, from the user area, you can edit them, overwrite them, and after, you can delete the library. For that video, I'm not going to delete the library, but let's see how to do that. Go to Data Utility, then Library. And if I click on Best Hits and More, you'll see that the only option I have is to delete it with the delete slot, which I'm not going to do. That's the right way to proceed, import to user before editing, and store. Or you can simply keep the bank as it is in the library, and store performance editing to user area. In this case, you mustn't delete the library. With 24 available slots in the MODX M, we can keep them for a very long time, compared to the 8 slots previously available on the MODX and MODX Plus synthesizers. On the MODX M, we've really gained space to work comfortably. We saw at the video beginning that there are no live sets for this bank. However, can you associate library performances with users' live sets? Of course, yes. Press Shift plus Live Set. It associates library performances wherever you want on your user live set page, simply by clicking on Register like this, or Store as a new performance and on Register. Remember, without importing the library performances, this will save the performances editing data only. It doesn't bring the samples and waveforms in user area, same for the arpeggios, all are still in the library. That's video ending. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the content interesting. Feel free to click on like, and I also invite you to click on the boost button to highlight this video in YouTube suggestions. As official Yamaha expert and specialist, if you want to learn more quickly how to use or take in hand your Montage M, MODX M, ESP, Camelot Pro, or any of the Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboards that I use, or also Cubase MIDI and audio recording with them, you can request an online masterclass with me. You choose your session topic, and you can download your session video to watch it as many times as you need. If you are a Moessieurs YouTube community member, you will get 15 minutes extra time for each session. How to become a member? Just sign up on YouTube. It's a monthly subscription of €3, and you'll get more than just the 15 minutes extra time. You'll get to see all my videos in preview, without ads, almost 1 month in advance, as well as my private videos without ads too. Don't hesitate to join the Moessieurs YouTube community. See you soon for a new Moessieurs video.